These are so easy that I'm just kind of flying through them like this and doing them kind of in bits, right? Because I know that all of these, because there's no conflict here, all of these limit valves are going to get air directly from supply. That's the wonderful thing about when there's no conflict. We don't need that relay valve. Okay, so again, I told you guys I use color. You don't need to use color. My brain just kind of likes it. I don't need my green because I don't need to divide any of these. So this is pretty simple. The air coming out of here is going to go to there. Okay, so I'm just going to fly through these and we'll be done this page and then we'll get on to the next page. So the push button goes before the last action. Push button, whatever. And we're good. I just make sure that I got all arrows going up to all of my actions. I do, and all arrows are going down to all of my limits. That's fine. And I got my push button. So we're good. So let's just go over to the next page. Okay, this guy over here, he's got brackets in it, so this is where it gets a little bit cool. So we're gonna put, definitely I'm gonna switch over to my red, and we're gonna put our air supplies in first. Okay, so this is where we kind of pause a little bit and we say, this guy goes here. This is one action, so it only has one air supply. And we know that, I'm ready to switch over to my blue now. I know that this is going to go here because the rule is every single one of these limit valves has to have air going down to it. So it does. So now I can just continue on. Again, like I start from here and I work this way. So I'm going to do that guy, and that guy, and that guy, and then, ooh, what do I do here? I go to there, and I go to here. Some of you may have thought about this. I told you in the Automation Studio drawing, you got to put a dot where lines meet. You don't have to do that in sequential statements. And over here, the last action is this, but we take air out of the last air coming out of that last action, and we just go over here. Don't forget my push button. So my push button goes there and I'm good. Okay, so this one's pretty cool. It's a little bit funky. There's actually conflict in here, but we won't deal with the conflict. We'll just go for it because conflict resolution happens on the next page or the page after, I'm not sure. Anyway, I got my red out. I'm gonna put my air supply in first, so that's something that you can do for sure. I know this is one action, so it gets one air supply. This guy is an action, so he gets an air supply. This guy and this guy. Okay, good. So now I'm going to switch over to my blue and I'm going to do this guy. Now I know this is going to go here, it's going to go there, and it's going to go there. Okay, good. So also this air comes out of here and it goes to here. This is where it gets kind of cool. This air comes here and it goes there because every single one of these has to have an air going down and every single one has a line coming out. So this guy is going to go over to there. This guy is going to go over to there. And you see that? You see how if I just follow the rules, it works. Every single limit valve has to have air coming out of it and every single limit valve has to have air coming into it. So I put my push button there. Okay. So let's move on to this one. Again, I'm going to switch over here and put my air in. One action gets one supply, and this guy, oh, I got two brackets in this one, which is pretty cool. And there's actually conflict in here as well, but it's okay. We're not doing conflict resolution. If you tried to actually build it like this, oh, I just screwed up because I was talking and I got confused. So that's wrong. Okay. I love it. Okay, so I'll fix that, but here we go. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go to there, and I'm going to go from here to here, and from there to there, and from there to there, and that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, pencil's a good thing, eh? Yeah. Okay. So I think you guys get it, that that's not like that. Anyway, here we go. I don't know if I should give myself full marks for this one. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go over to here and to here, and I give myself a 4. Yeah, because I'm a mess. I screwed that up. Okay, so let's continue. All right, yes, conflict. Cool. Okay, I'm a little excited because conflict. So first thing I'm going to do is do this guy. Let's actually just do all the conflict here. This one's easy. BB. Okay, that one's easy. Now, okay, this is BB. So for sure that's there because this action has a B in it. And then the next action is a B. So there's conflict. So actually, let me just buzz through these and find the conflict. You know what? My eyes just go right to that immediately because I can see CC. So I've got C, I've got ABC, I've got ABC, good. You know what? Just let me check that. Do I have any of the same here? I've got an A and a B and A and a B. No, there's no doubles. And there's no doubles here. I should check that. We got A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, no doubles. Okay, so you should check that because sometimes you get these things and even though you've split it up where there may be you know, a B and a B, it could be that some of these actually get a little tricky and you have to use 4 groups, so you got to be careful. So there. So now right away my eyes go to this, but let me just check this one, see if it's okay. A, B, C, yep, A, B, C, we're good. Let's check this one out. So I got an A here. Definitely that's going to go there. Now I've got a group here, A, B, C, and then C, B, A. Sweet, I can put that there. See that? A, B, C, A, B, C. So there are no doubles in any one of these groups. Okay, so let's do this one here. And then this is, okay, this is a little tricky, but I see this action has a C in it, and then there's a C right there. So I'm pretty sure, absolutely I know that has to be divided. And then I've got, cool, I've got this guy. This one's going to be pretty cool because the last and first action is this. So I think some people are not getting that one. That's okay, we'll go through that. Okay, so, ooh, this one's funky. I don't have any doubles. Oh, what do I do? I've got A, B, C, B, C, A. Oh, I do have a double. You see that? There's an A here and an A here. Yeah. So this A and this A have to be in different groups. So I'm going to do this. This one's a little tricky. Yeah. So absolutely. This A and that A cannot be in the same group, and as we know, we can see from your groups wrap around. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3 over here, and I'm going to put this here, but that's one thing. I also have to say that I know that there's 6 actions, there can only be 3 in each, so that's why I went and did that. But the other is, I have to make sure I've got A, B, C, A, B, C. Good, there are no doubles here. Okay, so what about this guy here? It's a little tricky as well because I don't have any doubles. What do I do? Well, I've got a couple different things. I can look for repeats. I do see a repeat in that there's an A in this action and an A in that action. So definitely the line has to divide those. But the other thing is that I want to see if I can divide this into 2 groups so that none of each of the groups has 2 letters in it. So let's say I divided it here. Okay, that wouldn't work because I'd have 2 B's. Can I divide it here? I got an A. Okay, so there's no, because I got 4 in one group. So can I divide it here? I've got an A, a C, and a B. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. A and a C and a B. Okay, that's good. So I didn't look at dividing it here. Can I divide it here? A, B, C. Oh, I can. Look at that. I can because this also has an A, B, C in it as well. So I'm going to divide it actually here. And I could divide it. I could put a line here, but I don't actually need to. We put this line here just to kind of show that this guy and that guy were in conflict, but you don't actually need it in the end. But you do end up kind of thinking, I need to put it here, and then you find one here, just like we did here. I was like, okay, well, there's an action with an A in it and an action with an A in it, so I got to divide it here. But as I kind of walk through it a different way, I could see that I have to divide it here as well. Just in the same situation here, where I found that I needed it here, but you know what? When I did that, I also found that I needed to divide the group there too. So you don't actually need that guy there. Okay, good. So let's go through these and solve them. Okay, so air supply. Where do I put the air supply? Dude, I do not put the air supply here because that is not the last action. The last action is this. Yeah, it's a tricky one, eh? So the last action is this. And remember, because this is one action, it only gets one air supply. Because it's only one action, it only gets one air supply. Same here. This is one action, so it only gets one air supply. Even though this looks to be the group selector, because it is the last action in this bracket, the last action in this group is this. I love saying this. The last action are these. Yeah, grammatically, not quite a bit. Okay, here we go. So this guy goes here, and this guy goes here, because those are the last actions in the group. Sweet. Okay, here we go. The last action in this group are these. So I know that one action only gets one air supply, and this is the last action in that group. Okay, see how this is nice when you actually just draw your air supplies first? The very first thing you do is just draw your air supplies. Okay, so therefore that's good. I'm going to put that there. Okay, so, and that's the last action. This one's pretty good. Again, the last action is this one. And the last action is this one, right? Okay, here, whoa, this is trippy. Okay, the last action is this. Okay, so I know that because this is one action, it only gets one of those. And oh, this is cool. The last action here is this one, because this is one group, and then C, B, and A is another group. Let me just go over that next page. Okay, so the last action here is this. Every action only gets one air supply. That is an action. And then the last action in this group is this one as well. I don't like to write on paper that's sitting on just wood. Right, okay, so the last action here is this, and the last action here is this. Cool. The last action here is this one, and the last action here is this one, because this is one action. Okay, good. So that's good. Let's go and solve these. Okay, so I can get my blue pen out, like my blue pen, and I'm going to do this. I know this is pretty easy. I know that goes like this, and this goes like this, and then this goes like this, because everything in this group is going to get its air. Actually, all of the limit valves are going to get their air from here, because these limit valves are the last action. Now, the rule is that everything in a group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. So this and this and this and this are the group selector. So I'm going to go down here over to here, and I'm going to put my relay valve here. I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to go up to there, and then actually that's it. I don't actually go any further than that. I just do this, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, although I have to expand. Pardon me. It will, yeah, expand this, in that this guy goes over here. Now, the other thing about sequential statements is you can actually draw them without crossing any lines. Yeah, if you saw that. But you can draw these without crossing any lines. I've not crossed any lines at this point. Yeah, so don't cross any lines when you're drawing these things. Good. So no lines are crossed. The last action is this. These, this, and this is the group selector. Same with this, because it's the last action in the group, because that is an action. So that, yeah, if you follow, see, the rules are amazing. If you just follow the rules, you're good. The last action are these. Okay, here we go. So this guy goes down to here, and I'm going to put a relay valve here. I know that everything in the group gets its air from the relay valve. Whoa, I don't need, this guy is going to go to there. And that guy goes there. Okay, so this guy's the last action. He's going to go to a relay valve. the relay valve. Again, that's not a relay valve, it is half of a relay valve. Okay, so let's take a look at what I just did there. This always goes to the pilot on the relay, and that's the pilot. You know what, I can label that. That's the pilot. That's the pilot there. I mean, this is not what you do in a sequential statement. Oh, I just totally got that wrong. That's the pilot there. So that's the pilot there, and that's the pilot there. So the air coming out, there's actually air supply in here. There's a supply that's in here, and that same supply is here because that's actually one valve. But I mean, we don't write those in either. So let's just go through this. We've got the last action, the group selector, is going into the pilot on the DCV. Sorry, on the relay valve. And then the relay valve has air coming out, going to this action. Plus, it's also putting air in here. So as soon as this action completes, and this becomes passing, this valve will switch and air will always come out here, always come out here. It'll just stay coming out here. And it'll power everything in the group except the group selector. So everything in the group is this and this and that. And you can see that the air going to this actually comes from the relay valve. So everything in the group gets air from the relay valve except for the last action, which is the group selector. So that's done. So let's continue. Okay, so this guy here. Okay, so I know this. Take it easy. Just calm down. Just, you know what? Give me just about 4 there because I got all messy here. Maybe I should get myself a 4 here too. Okay, I'm not gonna be that hard on you when I mark you on these things when we actually have a quiz about these. Okay, so now there you go. That's done. So I've done that. So now this is the last action. So my relay valve is going to be here. I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to go to this relay valve, and then out of this relay valve, I'm going to go and power that, and that's going to come in here and do that. This guy is going to go down here to this relay valve, and then I'm going to go up to there. So that's done. So I've got the last action. It's got one air. The last action is the group selector. It's this. And I know the air is going through both of these because that's standard. And then the air coming out of here is going to go to a relay. And this is the last action, the group selector. It's going to go to the other relay valve, which is going to power both of these. So that's good. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Okay, this one's pretty easy. We know that this guy is going to come out of here. I know that I usually start from here, but I think we want to focus on what we do with the relay valve. So this air is going to come out of here. It's going to go to there. Now this is kind of cool. That needs air from this relay valve. So that's going to go down there and go there. So let's do this relay valve as well. The relay valve is going to go over here. We know that this is the last action in that group, so it's going to go to a relay valve. It's also the last action in this control statement. So that's going to go to here, and I'm going to do that. Now this is going to go up here. It's going to go to there, and it's going to go to here, and it's going to go to, that's it. Because everything in the group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. Okay, good. So this guy is going to go there. This guy is going to go there. This guy is going to go there. And this guy is going to go there. Done. So everything in the group gets its air from the relay valve. So everything in this group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. Everything in this group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. Okay, so the next one. This is pretty cool. So the last action is this group. So I'm going to do this. Again, I'm kind of with my sequential statements with conflict. I kind of start with the relay valves. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Actually, when I hook these up, I'm going to go up here. When I hook these up, I actually hook them up starting from here and going forward. Okay, so now this guy is going to go here. So I'm just kind of doing the whole thing. Whoop. Now this guy is going to go here. You know what? No, I think it's good for me. It's good to run air out of the pilots to the relay valves. Let's just do that to stay consistent. Okay, so this is going to go up here, to there, and to there. That goes to there. This goes to here. Whoa, and this goes to here. Same thing I did. Remember I did that on my video where I thought that was a C? Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I still need to do this. Okay, so the air coming out of this last action, which is the group selector, goes into the relay valve. And then from there, everything in this group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. And there's air here, 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 here. That makes sense. This goes to a relay valve, goes to the pilot on the relay valve. And the air coming out of here the air coming out of here powers everything in the group except for the group selector, which is this action, which is the last action. And we're good. Okay, so let's continue on here. And this guy here, again, let's focus on doing the relay valve. So this is going to come out of here, and this is going to go to here and go to there. This is the last action. Now this is interesting. This is the last action in this group. So this is actually going to come down here and go to there. See that? Now I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to power everything in this group, from the relay valve, except the group selector. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to here, and we know the group selector only has one, because one action always is going to get one air from the supply. So it does, and we're good there. So this guy is going to come down here, and he's going to go here, and he's also going to go here. The air coming out of here goes there, and the air coming out of here is going to go here. Let's just check. Okay, my air coming out of here goes to my relay valve. Last action, relay valve. Everything in this group gets air from the relay valve. Yes, and this action and that action do. Air here, coming down here, coming down. That looks good. Oh, dude, I haven't been putting my push buttons in here. The push buttons. Now, the push buttons, actually, you know what, in this case, let's take a look at this. You want to talk about the push buttons. Where do you want to put the push buttons? Well, you want to put the push button before the first action. So, actually, you know what? You want to put your push button, let's do the push buttons in like black. Technically, you want to put your push button, let me just put it sideways in here. You want to put your push button right here, because that is the first action. So you want to put your push button before the first action, and you want to actually put it, in this case, the first action comes from a relay valve. So you don't want to put your push button here before the relay valve. It will still work if you put it before the relay valve, but I don't like to do that, because then for the first action to happen, you have to hit the button and the relay valve has to switch. So two things have to happen. Not that that is slow or anything. I don't know. I personally, I hose these things up. I connect my circuits so that the push button is before the first action. But if you did it before the relay, there's kind of not an action, a defined action of the relay itself, but the relay has to move and then this has to go. There's a bit of a delay, and kind of two things have to happen for this to go. I want my push button to be as direct as possible to this action, the first action. So let's go here and we'll see how this works here. Some of these are pretty cool because we have to do some funky things. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my blue, and I know this is my last action in this group, and that is the last action in this group. I'm going to start with my relay valve going here. So I'm going to do this guy, and then I'm going to come through here, and I'm going to go to there, and through here, and go to there. The last action in this group is this. So that is going to come down here and go to here. Now, this is where it kind of gets cool. I know that the air has to go here. Now, everything in this group gets its air actually from here, because it is the group selector, because it's the last action in this group, because it is one action. So I have to do this, and that's okay. I think we're okay with that, and we know the air comes out of here and goes to there. Now, so, but everything in the other group, the C, the A, and the B, gets its air from the relay valve. Everything. So this air, watch this. This air goes over here. This is actually important. This is a bit of a tricky one that people don't completely get. But if you follow the rules and you know that everything in the group gets its air from the relay valve, the air going to this limit switch has to get air from here. So it does. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to go to here. And I know this is going to come in here and do that. So does everything in this group this ABC group, or this, I should say it's CAB group, because it starts here, the group starts here, and it goes there and then there. So the CAB group, does everything in the CAB group get its air from the relay valve? One there and one there. Yes, it does. Okay, so the air coming out of here is going there, and the air is going to a pilot into the relay valve. Yep, let me just make that, this line should go into the other line. Therefore, I'm messy. I'm doing this quickly. If I really needed it to be neat, I would do it slowly, which would suck for you guys. So here we go. So and we've got this air coming in. Yeah, that looks good. Let's do this one. This one looks pretty easy. Okay, and this guy here, we know this guy doesn't really need to be here. This guy here, oh, I didn't put the push button in that first one, and that'll be an easy place for the push button. Okay, hold on. Let's come out of here and go to there and go to there and go to there, and then this guy comes out of here, goes there, and he goes here. Okay, so let's complete this one and then go back up here and put the push button in. That guy goes there, this guy goes there, this guy goes there, and this guy goes there. I'm going to go back up to here and put the push button. The push button goes before the first action. Now in this case, where does the push button go? First action's here. So again, I'm just going to go to black to make this highlight. Again, like I told you guys, you don't need to do these in color. I just like to do them in color. So we're putting my push button in there. So I should have drawn that a little neater, but I think you guys get that. The push button is before the first action, so it's okay, you can put that in there. So that one's done, and okay, let's do this one. Okay, cool. We're gonna have the same situation here, because this is the last action, and it's gonna drive a relay valve, so I'll do that more neatly. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna come in here, and I'm gonna go, just switch over to blue. I'm gonna come in here, and I'm gonna go that guy. Okay, I'm going to come up here, and I know everything in this group gets its air from the relay valve except the group selector. So this is going to come here and do this and do that. Now this is going to come here and go like that, and this is going to come down here and go over to here. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Coming up here and do this. I know I forgot my relay valve, but it's okay. I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to do this. Now I can put my push button in here. It's okay if the push button's sideways. Okay. I mean, technically, sequential statements don't have actually need to have push buttons in them, and it's okay. You don't have to physically put them there. It's just understood that they go there, but it's so basic. You don't actually